Well, I liked Tom Cruise just fine. I was like, I felt like, especially with the first movie, I was like, he's pulling his character off and making it where size isn't really that important. And when this one started, this series, Reacher, this Reacher for the first part of it doesn't talk. He's been arrested and he's just not saying a word. And I was like, well, great. They got this guy. Sure, he's got the size, but he's a big dumb gorilla who can't pull it off. And then the minute he starts talking, I was like, oh, holy shit, he's got the whole package.
Yeah. Hey everyone, the Double Toasted Live Tour is coming to an end with our final show in Dallas, Texas, February 18th at Viva's Lounge. I'm trying to get an after party spot for all you VIPs and super VIPs, so get your tickets now by going to x1entertainment.com, and I'll see you soon. So everybody's talking about that Reacher, man, as in Jack Reacher. And here he is right here. And a lot of people who don't know this character, I've had one person ask me about the character right here. They said, because, I haven't even seen the other movies, which we'll talk about in a little bit, that this property is based on. I describe this to people as Jack Reacher, the character in this show, this Amazon show, Reacher. I describe him as a broke-ass Batman. like if Batman lost everything and became a hobo and just went to sleep in cheap hotels, had enough money for that, enough money to just kind of walk around the country, but he still walked around solving crimes and beating the shit out of criminals. He never stopped that. Then that's where you would get Reacher right here, because he goes around, he solves clues, he's a detective of some sort. He knows some crazy ass martial arts that probably doesn't even exist. He's the closest thing to Batman in the real world that we have. Like if there was a criminal clown running around somewhere or aliens are attacking, he might put on a costume and join a Justice League, but in this particular show right here, it's none of that. What we have here, we just got corrupt police and politicians and criminals who are making what do you call it? Counterfeit money. Yeah, criminals making counterfeit money, criminal counterfeiters. We don't have any of those other crazy superhero stuff in here. We just got the things that I mentioned. So, we don't need no bat gadgets. We don't need no Batmobile or anything like that. No, these big ass hands will do just fine. And these size 18 feet that I'll shove up your ass if you say the wrong thing to me. A lot of people love this character though, because even though he's not exactly Batman to a lot of people, he's kind of the everyman superhero out there on these streets. It's pretty much and a throwback to like those action heroes that people love. A guy who just came to town to kick ass.
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of like the archetype for a Western hero.
Yeah,
goes from town to town. There's trouble.
Yeah,
he deals with it. Especially the way this opens in this first story, based on the first novel, The Killing Floor. It's almost like the beginning of Rambo. Where Vet just kind of tooling around and just want to come to this town, and this town is f***ed up, and they're arresting him and with him, and he's like, all right, y'all want to start it, I will finish it.
So people, how much ass does he kick and how well does he do it, and is it as entertaining as they make it seem in this trailer that we're about to watch? Well, we'll find out right after this trailer that we're about to watch.
You boys know what's about to happen to you. You leave now.
So the cool thing about Jack Reacher is that, as Martin was telling me a little while ago, the guy, he pretty much is a hobo, a big ass hobo, but he is a hobo. He's got no permanent address. He just goes where he wants to. He just wanders around, getting into adventures, which let me see here. That is a very cool lifestyle to live. Hold on, y'all.
If you can afford it and you're big enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, he spent his entire almost life with career in the military. Yeah, he finally retires and just decides, all right, it's all this stuff I've heard about in America. I just want to go around and see it. Just catch buses and, oh, I heard about this blues player who grew up here. I'm going to go check this out. My brother used to talk about this.
Yeah, it's funny because, I would tell him to like, get a Winnebago, but he's big as a fucking Winnebago. So
I tried. Yeah, I couldn't fit it.
He couldn't fit into a Winnebago. So, I'll just walk. Thank you.
The world's my house.
Nah, man. Nah. So it's cool to watch this character that has this kind of has this freedom to just go where he wants to too. Like I said, a man, pretty much with no home, and he likes it that way. However, if he did have a home and he did have an address, I would ask him to try out stamps.com right here because
Go home. I'm not even going to finish this review.
Hey, Jack Reacher. Oh, hey, you know what? Maybe you want to write home and talk about that ass whooping you got from Jack Reacher, man.
You should have seen this guy.
I can't even send an email. I got to send a letter, man. But if he had a home, I'd tell him to try stamps.com. And by the way, nothing makes you want to beat somebody's ass like standing in line at the post office, man. You know what? We just got through with Christmas. Some of you people are, you have your own business where you gotta do fulfillment, you gotta send packages off, and it's just no way that the post office is cutting it, man. You go there just to simply get a package or mail a package, you stand in line. I mean, unless you live in Mayberry or something like that, but like here in Austin, every post office, especially during peak times, out the door. People waiting to get their stuff, man. That doesn't have to be that way. If you got your own business or if you just want to avoid the lines, besides that, that time is money. So save your time and make some money. Not only save money, make some money by saving on that time. Try stamps.com. With stamps.com, a lot of times all you need is a computer and a printer. No other special equipment is needed for this. Of course, not going anywhere near the post office. That is something that is cool right there. And you get discounts that you can't find anywhere else, like up to 40% off USPS rates and 76% off UPS rates over there. So again, even if it's not a business thing, just save yourself some time and some stress. Go over to stamps.com and use the promo code TOASTED that we have right here. And when you do that, you receive a special gift, also include a 4-week trial, and you get free postage and a digital scale. I want to thank stamps.com for supporting this portion of the show, and I want to thank all of you out there for your support. Let me see here.
Well, all right.
Martin's like, you son of a bitch. Hey, listen. There are a lot of things with this show that I could say. First of all, you might, if you've heard the name Reacher, you might be thinking about that other Reacher, Jack Reacher. Now, this is Jack Reacher also, but the name of his show is just Reacher. Jack Reacher was the movie that had Tom Cruise. And unlike Tom Cruise in this, and I'm just going to play a little bit of this because Tom Cruise, he loves these books by Lee Child, and he decided, you know what? Yeah, I'm like 5'3" and 150 pounds,
about 7, but yeah.
But you know what? I can do this, man. You looking? So, hey, at least he had the Tom Cruise crazy intimidation factor down.
He had the intensity and the personality, and he kind of played more to the intellectual side of Jack Reacher.
But I would say that regardless of what you think about that movie, it does feel like a movie. This show that we have here definitely feels like a show. Now, I will tell you, outside of just feeling like a show, I think that this show is a vast improvement of what they did with these movies here.
Well, especially with the second movie, that just felt generic.
Yeah, man. This one they cast, and like I said, you can't miss this guy. And this one they cast, what's his name?
Alan Richardson.
Richter, right
Richardson.
here. No, Richter.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Rickson. You're right, Rickson. Alan Rickson. Perfect casting, man.
No kidding.
From the description in the book, he's huge. He's big. What am I talking about? The guy is insanely large. Now, also, I'm gonna pull up a picture because there's some things that they do, and they do a good job of. They make him look bigger than what he actually is. The actor is actually, I think, a little shorter than me.
6'2".
He's 6'2". But one of the things that they do.
So you could buck up to him if you wanted to.
I've been thinking about it. Anthony been talking to that shit. But here's, like, in the show, what they do is they definitely frame it to make it look like he's 7 feet tall.
Yeah.
Like he's towering over people. And which he has the size and the mass to make it happen, you know, to make it look real. I think he's perfect casted, man. And he got bigger over the years because if he looks familiar to some of you, you might recognize him as Aquaman from, I think, a Titan show, or was it
Smallville.
Smallville, yeah.
I know him from Rooster Teeth.
Really?
Oh, the
Yeah, he did Laser Team.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Which Corey was also in.
Yeah, exactly. So him and I, you know, we're
We're the same.
same, man.
We're the same,
We're right
you
up
know.
there.
I was reading that he was 200 pounds and he put on an extra 30 pounds of muscle.
Yeah, to do this. Yeah,
I believe it.
And as you can see, he's about to release his Aqua mixtape right there. He got that hip hop pose. That makes a big difference because even when I was watching the first Reacher movie, you know, I thought, all right, you know, this is kind of a fantasy, you know, but they're saying that Tom Cruise is that much of a badass, then cool. I mean, you know, he hangs off of planes and shit anyway when he's doing Mission Impossible. But once I heard what the character was really like in the books, I was just like, wow, I'm kind of tainted now, man. I can't really see him doing this anymore. So that's kind of why I was excited to like see the show because I just like, man, this is what this should be.
Yeah.
It should, you know, like they should have The Rock or something in the movie.
Well, I like Tom Cruise just fine. I was like, I felt like, you know, especially with the first movie, I was like, you know, he's pulling his character off and making it where size isn't really that important. And when this one started, this series, Reacher, you know, this Reacher for the first part of it doesn't talk. He's been arrested and he's just not saying a word. And I was like, well, great. They got this guy. Sure, he's got the size, but he's a big dumb gorilla who can't pull it off. And then the minute he starts talking, I was like, oh, holy shit, he's got the whole package.
Yeah.
The worst thing I can say about this show is probably not even that bad, but the worst thing I can say is that it feels like an action TV show, which I've already kind of said before, is that this, unlike the movies, this feels like a show. It's a lower budget. It's almost like Walker, Texas Ranger, but with more blood and gore and cursing and dicks. Oh, been a lot of dicks this week in movies.
I mean, after a while, you won't even notice this anymore.
If you in this show, don't ever use the phrase "eat a dick" because it just might happen.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, and Jackass, they got off light.
Yeah, boy, it's been a lot of dicks this week. But I would tell you, it might feel like a show, but it's an entertaining show.
Yeah.
You know, when you're watching this show, you're not looking today. You could get it, you know, depending on what company it is. You might get a big budget show that matches the, you know, the grandeur of a movie, of a motion picture, you know, on a big screen. But this right here, man, it's just an old-fashioned action TV show.
Yeah, I wouldn't compare it so much to Walker, Texas Ranger, but it feels like a streaming show. It doesn't feel like a movie. It's a streaming show, but it has a good way of. With everything going on, there's still a mystery that you're following.
I wasn't comparing to Walker, Texas Ranger in budget necessarily, but format. Because every episode has Walker, Texas Ranger going in somewhere, kicking a bunch of ass, solving the mystery, and moving on to the next episode. And while this is not as episodic, because this is one overarching story right here that goes for, what, like 8 episodes? You know, it does kind of follow that same format. You know, big guy drifts into town, finds out his brother's dead, busts heads and kicks ass until they stop the bad guys while also uncovering a deeper mystery here. So, I mean, exactly like what your dad would watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of y'all dads already, so y'all need to get on this.
It's meant for you.
Yeah, it's meant for you. Tell you, this is that shit that your grandpa would definitely watch.
Sure.
And, you know,
but you could watch it with him as opposed to stuff he's watching when you just sit on your phone the whole time.
Yeah, no, you could actually watch this with him. Grandma might come in. You might have to turn it off for a little bit. There's a dick or some titties on screen or something.
They gonna keep showing dicks in this program?
yeah, mama. Well, shit, I'll sit down and watch it too. Been a while since I had some dick. Shut up, you old bitch. And that's the thing, man. With this being it's not, again, just a show in budget, but it's a show in format. It's a budget in like just quick writing. It's not a flaw too much. It's just what it is. This wants to get down and get to, you know, the action. We want to root for this character. So sure, he finds clues and solves mystery in a way too convenient way sometimes. I mean, we're talking about some Sherlock Holmes shit that goes on with him. And, you know, the thing with that is that it definitely feels more written than it does natural. You know, he's definitely been written into situations that he's definitely being written out of. You know, he finds a sticker on his little sticker bug on his pants, and all of a sudden he's got about 5 names he can talk to at that moment. You know, it's that kind of thing. That's why I said he was Batman, because he's just that little, probably too smart.
Or Sherlock Holmes.
Or like I said, is this some Sherlock Holmes shit?
Yeah. Since
this is a show, and since this is a show that's on a premium streaming channel where they can, like, you know, they're not stuck or held down by the rules of network television. Mm-hmm. So unlike something like Walker, Texas Ranger, or some other TV action show that's on CBS or anything like that, here they can actually show you a lot of gruesome deaths. And,
you know that these villains ain't around.
These villains, man, they can make these villains really bad, really bad. When you see what they do, you cannot wait for Reacher to find them and kill the out of them, man. I mean, and it also, from an action point of view, it's fun to watch because you already mentioned Rambo, and yeah, you know, ain't no big guy gonna come into town like this and have people start shit with him and not have bodies pile up. I mean, he goes full Rambo in this town at some point. By the way, on everybody, even if you're a person who's not really doing anything, you feel the wrath of Reacher. But if you are a real bad guy, nah, man, he goes completely Rambo on you. You know, it's that kind of takedown where you don't know what got you, but you know you're whatever it is.
That bicycle.
Yeah, he never saw the face of Jack, but he knew he was gone. The moment them ham hocks got around his neck.
Go see.
Yeah, the takedowns, man, are pretty good in this, man.
They are some Batman style takedowns.
Oh yeah, no, they are, and it's just fun to watch bullies get put in their place. You know, they got a scene here. One of the things that's happening is he gets mixed up with a guy he's in over his head with this criminal cartel that's in town. He's probably a good man, but and I forgot the character's name, but he's a family man. He's a good man. He's just in over his head, and people are out to make sure that he goes down one way or another. Gets framed for a crime, goes to prison, because in prison they can get him. Mm-hmm. Fortunately, he was with Jack Reacher. Yeah. Jack Reacher is his cellmate. So if you don't want to get raped in jail, you better hope you have
Reacher.
Yeah, if you want to keep your shoes and glasses, you better hope you have a cellmate like Jack Reacher, because Jack Reacher's there. Now, he might be stoic. He might be, you know, he might seem mean sometimes.
Yeah, he might not. He might act like he don't care about you, but he's not like seeing little people get picked on.
What he will do, he's kind of an asshole. He will let you. He will let you get thanked that you are at this point. He will wait to the last minute to come in and defend you. But when the time comes, he's in there. You heard me. Get my shoes like a little bitch. Chris taking his shoes off right now.
I'll give you the shoes, but you don't have to add that last part.
No,
leave me with my dignity.
Insult to injury.
Take my shoes.
I don't know who that actor is, but I love that actor.
Yeah.
Like he didn't come in like, get my shoes, bitch. He was actually kind of charming. Like, come on now. Get my shoes now, little bitch. Come on now.
That shit, give them to me.
You didn't even
Now see,
want him.
Reacher could have been down at this point
that's
to help
true.
get his glasses, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
No, he'll wait to the last minute after you got over completely. This man's bumping the walls and shit. Jack could have been in there.
Reacher don't want you thinking that he's gonna bail you out every time.
That is true.
Hey.
Dun, 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 dun.
Just like, get out of the way. I'm in on this.
the big legs.
He like, oh, shit. Man, I just lost my heart on, man. And Godzilla music. Dun, 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 dun.
You can go first, big guy.
Yeah, Jack like, hey, you want some of this dick? Use yours if you can take it.
Where they can carry your fat ass out in a bucket.
You're just making it worse. Oh, God.
I don't know what's about to happen.
You're just making the black guys angry. Come on, man.
Wait, will the big guy me if he beats those guys?
Is that how it works in prison? That's the social structure.
Jesus.
What a life.
Look like goddamn Millhouse over there.
Yeah. Oh, come on, guys. Can we just talk this out?
Now I'll count to 3.
Bitch.
2.
Well, there you go.
shit.
Well, he came in. He got.
He won't hear 3 now at all. He won't hear nothing.
You never said 3.
You're right.
I was gonna leave on 3.
Man. You know what the fuck just hit him?
Had to carry his ass out. Jaw was bleeding.
I like how his boys, they were never committed.
No.
And even walking in there, they would kind of stand in the back like,
Did I get him, y'all?
You got him, boss.
Yeah,
you got him.
Yeah, you got him. You got all of them.
fell in love with it. I'd read the novel some years ago and enjoyed it. And like I said, I liked the Tom Cruise performance. But this guy comes in and it's like, man, you make the size a thing. You make it a personality, and it really works. What he brings across with Reacher is that he's a very masculine, character, and yet he's not at all douchey.
No.
He's very, very masculine. It's just not toxic at all. And there's just something about. I got to where I really fell in love with just watching the characters and watching the mystery play out. And like I said, it's been so long since I'd read it, I didn't remember all the details. So it was fun to see the interpretation or where it was going to go. At times I was surprised. But it was that, man, this is not fancy. It's not doing anything special. It's very solid. It's something enjoyable about watching your main character be competent. That's so often what you want to see. And it feels like with so many different things we see, they take that away. Yeah. They give you snippets of his past as sort of an origin story, but they don't just linger on it to the point where you're sick of it. It's like just enough to kind of let you know who this guy is. But like I said, I enjoy the supporting characters as well. I got to where I was really looking forward to each episode.
Yeah, speaking of supporting characters, I like them. I think they're kind of one note myself, but I do like them. Like Malcolm Goodwin, who plays the character of Oscar Finley. He's the I guess he's the police chief in town.
He played almost the same character on iZombie.
He played the grumpy police black guy. You know, he's always, Reacher, get out of my town, Reacher. Come on now, Reacher. You know,
Corey, it's called the angry police chief. Come on now.
Yeah,
angry black police chief.
He was, but I
normally would be like, oh, not this again. But that he was in a town where everybody hated him.
Yeah,
it worked.
There's not much to his character except that, he's always making that face right there. He's in every episode. He's guaranteed to. That head gonna go left to right. You mean to tell me more bodies?
Impression.
Yeah, man. He's but there are one note characters in a way, but I didn't mind it because like with him and Reacher together, I like that relationship they got. They start out hating each other, and then the shit turns into Lethal Weapon when you got one crazy white guy, one angry, tired black dude.
Exasperated black man.
Yeah. So they're pretty good together, man. I like them. I think that's the way it's supposed to kind of function. It's not his show. He's supposed to be sort of supporting, the Reacher character.
Yeah.
The deputy, I like her. I like that we have, a a woman kicking ass, but she's there clearly to be, you know, his love interest at some point. You know, she comes in and gives some information. She does a little something here, but it's not a whole lot, really. I just thought, like, you know, when she's with Reacher, that's pretty cool, but I think it's more for him to, like, for them to have some sort of relationship at some point, sexual relationship. Bruce McGill, he ain't nothing but foghorn leghorn this whole thing.
That's true.
I see now there, boy. You know, you get out of this town now. You hear me? It's been crazy ever since you got here. Now go on somewhere. You know? He's good. He's a great actor, but that's his thing. He even got old Southern mint julep man. He even got a Southern cane he walks around.
He's got the Kingpin's cane.
Yeah. And he talks like a Southern guy.
Oh, wow.
Now, this case is harder to solve than the point of my cane right here.
Sweet Dixie.
Yeah. They're on a TV show level that's acceptable for me. I like it. I'm not expecting a whole lot from them. I know what we're watching here. This is very straightforward, pretty much old-fashioned, balls to the wall, you know, no bullshit action show. So I'm good with that. I will say this: I love the guy who plays Jack Reacher, who we've already mentioned his name and everything and what he's done in the past. But the way he plays the character, it's not that I don't like it, but I do imagine sometimes when I watch him, I was like, is Reacher on the spectrum? Is he kind of autistic?
Well, he's soft spoken, right?
Well, he also grew up way different than most people.
Yeah, but he walks around and sometimes he's like got a short attention span. Like things will just distract him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like you know, it's like if he's not beating the shit out of somebody, or murdering somebody, or working a case, he just looks confused. Like doesn't know what to do.
Well, you know, when Sherlock Holmes didn't have a case, he would be on cocaine.
It's true.
Yeah, like they'll tell like Reacher, you going to jail? No, I'm not. You mean?
I told you you are.
He confuses people. Like, what did he really say? Where'd he go?
I mean, maybe he's not going to jail. No, you're going to jail.
Like he just knows how to beat the shit out of people. Like there's a look at this right here. Like he looks like he's on a spectrum walking right there. He just
got that kind of walk.
Like he got that kind of walk where he's walking and he sees a dog in some man's yard and he decides to hop the fence. Now the dog is being somewhat neglected, but he, you know, Jack Reacher is huge. He could hop that fence and tell this guy, like, you know, and be nice about it. Like, I don't think you're taking care of this dog. If you don't want him, let me take him to a shelter or something. And if the guy responds and says, fuck you, then you beat the shit out of him. But he's looking for, he wants to beat this guy.
Excuse. Looking for an excuse.
You know how people get about dogs. They see a dog abused or even neglected. Even our friend Baker Dave went through some shit like this. And they get up in their anger about it. And there's no saying like, excuse me, it appears your dog could use some water. May I help?
Except you're in somebody else's yard. You are on private property. I don't give a how much that dog is being neglected. There's a way to save that dog, but Reacher just, somebody say he look like Michael Myers.
Oh my God, that's the walk. That's the walk.
Yeah, that's that walk.
Wow.
He just walks down the street zoned out.
He's the shape. That's what it is. Holy shit.
And he's a big ass shape. And he finds that dog and he just jumps into, like before he's like, I gotta get to this place. I gotta find this. I gotta find these answers. And he sees like that dog. Well, I can wait. And he gets back there and he wants to beat the shit out of this man.
Good boy.
Hi, can I help you?
Nope.
You see what I'm saying? Like he's kind of on the spectrum a little bit, man, because you're in this man's yard.
No eye contact, dude.
No eye contact. It's like this. Jack is, you know, he's got a little something else going on.
Just giving your dog some water.
You calling me a liar?
Yes.
Okay then.
I was just asking.
I
I wanted to make sure I had it
property.
right. Man, I love that, like, because when he talked about, you know, the whole thing with his size, it's like, oh, it doesn't matter. But in a situation like that, you calling me a liar? Yes. Okay, man, it's cool.
Yeah,
but
again,
the man was wrong for neglecting the dog. I love dogs more than anybody. But imagine you came out to your front yard and you saw a big mother head just like playing with your dog, playing with your plants, playing with your property, and you ask him like, "What the hell are you doing here?" And he's like, off. I was like, hey, man, you on my property right here, which is something that they do a lot in this show where Jack goes in. He f***ed up a lot of people, man. And some of those people are innocent. They might not have the best personalities, but there's so many things that he does in this show where he should be arrested.
Sure.
He violates civil rights.
Well, you try and do it. You try and arrest him.
Like he goes around questioning people in the most illegal ways, man. Oh, that's that dude again. Yeah, he goes around questioning people in the most illegal ways. Like he does shit that the mob does. Like there's one guy, and this guy's an innocent guy. He might not be the nicest person, but then again, Reachers is in his office. And he chokes the shit out this guy, man.
Yeah. Well, that's harkening back to like those '80s action films. Where the action hero's like, "This is no nonsense. I don't care, even if you're an innocent caught in this. You gotta give me the answers." And that's what Schwarzenegger. That's what Stallone did. That's what all these guys did. And he's doing the same.
But he usually did the henchman or something. You know, here it's like a dude just at work.
Yeah, man. Should give him the answers.
That guy's in on it somehow.
Yeah.
I did take points off for something. I can't tell you. I don't want to get too detailed with this, but. At least to me, somebody came on, I said, guilty, bad guy. You know, it was a person who came on, I was just like, I predicted from the first moment he entered, I was like, that dude's a betrayer. He's going, that guy.
Oh, I know you're talking about.
Yeah. I was like, get the fuck out. I was just like, come on, man, can we just cut the bullshit and reveal the villainy? Because I know who this guy is. Right,
but it was also, I got that same feeling, but I was like, yeah, but how is he connected?
I didn't know how, but I knew he was. I was like, it was just predictable to me. That's all in that part. And that's again, you know, that's the format. It's a cool format and it's a fun format and it gets straight to the point with things, which is awesome. But again, there's a little bit of predictability that comes with it. And like I said, it's a little bit convenient how Reacher is able to get away with all the crimes that he does. And also the way he solves these clues. Like I said, it's a Sherlock Holmes moment where it's like, all right, you know, these are cool, but you can tell no one would be doing this if somebody wasn't writing this for them to find all these clues and connect them. But it's a fun show. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, and like I said, I enjoyed it a lot more than I expected to. As far as like action and just the hero himself, it's kind of low on the bullshit scale, in as much as the fighting comes across as mostly realistic. There's not that whole thing of him picking people up and just tossing them around. If he needs to dispatch you, the shit just gets done. He's quite efficient at it and going at it. And I'm like, yes, finally, this is sort of like what I've been wanting to see. This has that feeling of watching an 80s action movie, but how it would be in my head as opposed to how it actually played out, where it was silly. And yeah, I can still watch it as it is now and thoroughly enjoy it. It's a low full price for me.
If you've been waiting for a proper Reach adaptation, I think that this would satisfy people who read the books. If you're an action person, again, you want to get tired of your superheroes, you want to get right back down to like some straight tough guy type action, then this is for you also. If you're a fan of Walker, Texas Ranger, I would say try this, man. If you don't mind the vulgarities and you don't mind the nudity and the sexual content and the massive amount of blood that's in this, in some parts it gets downright gory.
Damn. Sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
People eating on testicles and shit. So,
oh Jesus.
Yeah. So,
oh my God. Wow.
So yeah, people. I like it enough to give it a matinee. It has some problems, and a lot of that comes from being the TV format feeling, I think. But other than that, it's a lot of fun. Definitely want to see what they do with next season on this. Hey everyone, support our Patreon, which helps us to continue bringing you our live streams, videos, and podcasts while bringing you new content such as exclusive live streams and animated shorts.